You guys, I'm struggling to find things to talk about with Bayern right now. I mean, when is the last time this club has been in such a healthy position right now? There is no controversy. The summer transfer window bullcrap is over. We're winning. There's nothing going on at this club for me to talk about. There's nothing. All we're doing right now is winning, winning, winning. There is no controversy. There's no nothing. So, like I said in my Werder Bremen post match reaction, like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, life at Bayern is very good, and I am enjoying it because I know this team will hit a rough patch eventually. Something's going to happen. People are going to get injured. Whatever. Something will happen to try and derail our season. And I'm just enjoying the times right now while everything is good before those things happen. Right? Now, there is one thing that I'm worried about. And it's just this little monkey, this little monkey crawling and punching the back of my brain. This little like bugs in the back of my brain are telling me to just be wary. They're telling me to be a little bit careful about this. And it's the Upamecano, as you can see on your screen, Upamecano's contract situation at Bayern. Now, if you don't know, if you're unknowledgeable, Upamecano has one more year left on his contract, meaning in summer 2026, or no, sorry, in summer 2027, or no, this is the last year of Upamecano's contract. So next summer, he would be available as a free agent. Let me just double check this. When does Upamecano's contract end? June 2026. So Upamecano is in the last year of his contract right now. And as far as I'm concerned, negotiations between his camp, his management, and Bayern have been going on. And the two stickling points right now that is keeping the deal from getting done is one, a release clause. His camp wants a release clause. And two, money. Upamecano and his camp feel that he deserves the money Alphonso Davies, Musiala, these guys are on. So anywhere within the 15 to 20 million a year range. Now, I'll tell you on point two, absolutely. Give Upamecano all his money, no questions asked. Whatever he wants, 15, 16, 17 million, give it to Upa because he deserves it. He stayed at the club for a couple of years now. He went through a very dark and bad patch a year ago. And now he is, in my opinion, the best center back in the world. And the reason I say that, the reason I say just give him his money is I look at the system we want to play at Bayern right now. I look at what Vision Company is trying to do. Everything that he's building, you guys, Upamecano might be like a top 3 important player in this team. He's top 3. He is so vital. He is so critical to our aggressive nature in defense. Our ability to push so high up with that back line and win our duels at the halfway line and stop counterattacks with physical dominance, speed, defending ability, aerial duels. Upamecano might be the best in the world at that right now. In a highline system, Upamecano is the best center back in the world right now. Now, the reason I say in a highline system is, okay, you could argue in more conservative setups like Arsenal, like Inter Milan, like other teams, there are good center backs as well over there. You got your Salibas, Gabriels, you have freaking Bastoni, guys like that, right? But in an attacking high line defensive system, I think Upamecano is the best center back in the world, and the only people that, in my opinion, really can only rival him are guys like Pacho and Van Dijk. Those are the only guys. So we have Upamecano, and for the system and football we want to play, we have the best center back in the world for that system. We need to give him his money. And I'm sorry, guys, I've seen enough. I think the Bozo gene has been poof. I think the Bozo gene has been eliminated. Those dark times that he went through under Tuchel, they're gone. They're gone. He persevered through the tough times, and he has matured so much in the last year. Upamecano is the best center back in the world. And because he is the best center back in the world, he deserves his money. Give him that contract extension. Give him that 15 to 20 million a year, 15 to 20 million range salary a year. Give it to him. Who cares? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Now, The other point, the release clause, that I would be so incredibly happy if we get this contract deal done without a release clause. Why? Because I still don't think the rest of Europe really realizes the levels Upamecano is playing at right now. I think across Europe, it's kind of assumed that he will extend at Bayern. And I'm honestly not too worried about him not extending at Bayern because every time the media asks him about it, he states that he is very happy at Bayern. He is very happy with where he is and that his team is taking care of the contract details. So he's playing every game for a top club at Bayern. He will be a Champions League contender every year, especially now with this whole company ball going to higher and higher levels. I'm sure he doesn't want to leave. So I'm not nervous about him signing that contract extension. I think he will. But if this lags on, there are already reports that Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Manchester City, big boy teams right now, the best teams in the world right now, Liverpool, they are all snooping around this Upamecano contract situation. Real Madrid is snooping as well. Did I say Real Madrid? Real Madrid is snooping. Now, the reason I'd be grateful if we don't get this, if we can get away from the release clause, if we could exclude a release clause from the contract details, is because after another year goes by, and Upamecano is not making mistakes. He's playing consistently 8 out of 10 games every single time, being the best center back in the world for the next 1 to 2 years. If we do extend his contract, and if there is a release clause, teams will be 1000% ringing up Bayern, ringing up Upamecano's team, talking about that release clause. They will want to buy him. If we can exclude a release clause, and if it comes to the point where Upamecano wants to leave in 2-3 years time at 27, at 28, 29 years old, still in his physical peak, right? We can negotiate 80, 90, 100 million plus for an Upamecano. And he will be that valuable. He will be that valuable in a couple of years. Trust me, he will. Trust me, he will. So we need to give him his money. I agree with that. Now, some people are saying that, he just had his first full good season with no mistakes. Why should we give him all this money? True. And I understand that sentiment. But the issue is sometimes things don't line up with a contract extension and the players' performances. Upamecano this past year has been, in my opinion, top 3 center back in the world. In my opinion, the best center back in the world, given the task he has to deal with every single game, right? But his contract is also ending June 2026 in the second year of him being in this newfound, responsible Upamecano, fully fledged, refined game Upamecano. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, he's in his last year of his contract, and we need to decide if we want to extend them, and these are his demands. And it would be a safe bet to say that Upamecano will continue these performances because just the exponential growth I've seen in the last year, not just his overall physical aspect of the game. He always had that, the speed, the power, the physical dominance against other center backs. What you're seeing from Upamecano this past year is IQ, eliminating mistakes from his game. These are the things that I think he's really excelled in the last year. I just ripped ass, so I don't know if you heard it, but these are the aspects where Upamecano has just skyrocketed exponentially the last year. And you know what I really think it is? It's no coincidence that Vincent Kompany, a center back, legendary Premier League center back, comes in as manager, and all of a sudden Upamecano has gained a new level. It's like the second half of his brain was unlocked, and he really understands the art of defending now. He understands when to tackle, when to lay off the press, when to just backtrack, when to wait for your midfielders to come help you, when to challenge and go for those 1v1 duels in the air or on the ground, how to get the better of your opposition in the physical battle, shifting your weight, body to body. There is a different level of defending going on with Upamecano this last year, and he just keeps getting better, especially this season. You guys, he's just at another level this season now. He's better than he was last year before his injury. He's even playing better. And I think the rest of Europe is catching on to it. And people don't watch Bayern, people don't watch the Bundesliga, so people catch on to it when Bayern plays a big game in the Champions League, i.e. that Chelsea game. He completely was dominant against those Chelsea players, and I think a lot of people saw that. But every time France plays, and every time France is playing, whose name is on that team sheet? Who is starting in the important games for France? It's Upamecano. And every time that happens, his stock rises even more because these Premtard fans, these Premier League fans, see that every single time and they're like, wait a second, how come it's not Saliba Konate? That's egregious. Deschamps doesn't know what he's doing. Meanwhile, France can only get clean sheets with Upamecano on the field. When it's Saliba Konate, there's always some defensive blunders going on. Always some defensive blunders going on. So Upamecano's stock is going to keep rising. And because of that, we need to just give him his money. Now, where I want Bayern, where I want Ebrel and these guys in the board, where I want them to push back is with the release clause. If we can avoid the release clause, it will be an amazing deal. I think no matter what money you give Upamecano now, maybe not 20 million. Maybe if Upamecano were to stay on this contract and then get another contract extension, he could hit the 20 million mark. But anywhere from 15 to 17, 18 million is deserved in my opinion for Upamecano. If I had to give you what I think is the perfect salary for him given his performances, like 16 million a year. I think he does deserve that. I think that's justified. And giving his career trajectory right now, the improvements he's making, that 16 million a year is absolutely going to be worth it. It's absolutely going to be worth it. And we would be fools not to just give in and give him anywhere near those demands. So we need to give Upamecano his money, bro. He's the best center back in the world. I'm telling you, in this attacking football, in the high line, I can't think of anyone better than him in the high line. I just can't. I can't. Maybe the only people I'd put in the same conversation as Upamecano in a high line system right now are Pacho, Van Dijk. And even Van Dijk at Liverpool isn't necessarily the highest line. With Bayern and Vincent Kompany, it's such a high and suicidal line. The only teams that come close to that are Barcelona and PSG. And I'm for sure putting Upamecano above Barcelona center backs. Pau Cubarsí, Araujo, Christensen, Koundé sometimes, Eric Garcia, whatever. I'm for sure putting Upamecano above all those dudes, right? And at PSG, I'm putting him above Marquinhos. I'm putting him above Beraldo. Him versus Pacho is a debate. So just sign him up, Bayern. Get this done. We don't need to fall into a headache at the end of this year. Say we make it deeper in the Champions League. It's March, April, May, and it's a Champions League quarterfinal, Champions League semifinals. I don't want the contract talks for Upamecano to be on his plate. I want him to be fully focused at that stage of the season because I do know for a fact we will be making it deeper in the Champions League this year. I know it. The way we're playing, I'm sorry. We're on smoke this year. And I don't think a lot of people realize what we're building. And there's still a lot of doubters. But a lot of doubters from the last year are turning into believers. I'm seeing it slowly on YouTube. I'm seeing slowly online with Bayern fans. And on YouTube for neutral fans. The big channels that talk about football in general. They are slowly waking up to what Kompany has been building at Bayern the last year. And I love to see it. Everything's going great right now at Bayern. Let's just get this deal done. And let's get on with our lives. Upamecano, General Upa, give him that 4-year contract extension till 2030, please. Till 2030, 2031. I think it'd be fully deserved. It's been your boy Hokage. Yeah, not much to talk about Bayern. This was like the only thing I could think of where, yeah, we need to talk about Upa. We need to sign this guy. We need to give him his money, and we need to try and avoid the release clause. Anyway, tomorrow's the game against Pafos, second game of the Champions League away from home. Let's get this dub, boys. Give us a 4-piece, give us a 5-piece. Let's show Pafos real European and German power. Is it wrong to say German power? Does that allude to a certain person and a certain thing that happened 100 years ago? I don't know. But anyway, moving on swiftly and ending the video, it's been your boy Hokage, Upamecano, General Upa, 2030, 2031. I need that comunicado oficial. I need that "Ay mia san mia" tweet to hit like crack. I need to see that contract extension. It's been your boy Hokage. I'll see you guys in the next one. I just hit my microphone. Peace.